as Americans begin to go to the polls to select the next president of the United States, one of the central questions that I think we're compelled to ask is, what qualifies someone to be a leader? And if our Torah portion this week, Parashat Shemot, is about anything, it is about the qualifications for leadership. Specifically, we learn about Moses, and we are encouraged to ask, what qualifies Moses to become the leader of the Israelites? Why does God select Moses to redeem the Israelites from Egyptian slavery? Is it because he's an aristocrat? Is it because he is passionate about justice? These are all possible answers, but I want to suggest one possible answer that the rabbis bring up in the Midrash. And that is that Moses was a tender shepherd. Moses expressed a concern for every single sheep in his flock, no matter how small, no matter how seemingly insignificant. We learn in the portion, Moshe haya ro'et tzon, that Moses was a shepherd. And the Midrash goes on to say that one day when he was shepherding his father-in-law's flocks in Midian, a little sheep, a little kid, ran away, and Moses chased after it. And when he found the little kid drinking from a pool of water, he said to it, "I didn't know you were thirsty, you must be tired." And he picked up the kid onto his shoulders and carried him back to the rest of the flock. And it was at that moment that Moses was able to see the burning bush. God says at that moment, Amar HaKadosh Baruch Hu, God says, Yesh lecha rachamim linhog tzono shel basar v'dam. You have the compassion to so lead the flocks of a mortal. Chayecha ata tir'eh tzoni Yisrael. By your life, you'll be the shepherd of my flock, Israel. The quality that Moses possessed that most qualified him for leadership is his compassion, is his desire to not ignore anybody, to make sure that no one was invisible to him, and to be sensitive to the needs of everyone, regardless of how small. One of the best movies that I've seen in a long time is the movie Invictus, which was in some ways a biography of Nelson Mandela. And one of the scenes that sticks out to me in that movie was that it was remarked about Nelson Mandela that no one was invisible to him. And one of the qualities that we admire so much about a leader like Nelson Mandela is that exactly, that everyone, no matter how small, mattered. There's a story that I heard the other day of our troops in Afghanistan who encountered a little boy who was holding his leaking bladder in his hand. He had a birth defect that caused this to happen, and so the soldiers arranged for him to be sent back to America to have surgery to correct the problem free of charge and to mend him. Another profound example of not leaving anybody behind, no matter how seemingly small or insignificant, to make sure that the littlest among us are taken care of. As we enter this season of American elections, let us remember the example of Moses, that the highest quality of a leader is that they are a tender shepherd, that they leave no kid behind. And as we encounter the world in capacities of leadership or even in our day-to-day interactions, let us as well strive to be tender shepherds. Let us go after sheep that have wandered astray. Let us strive to make sure that everyone is valued, that everyone feels significant, taken care of, loved, embraced, and carried, if they need to be, on our shoulders. Shabbat Shalom.